bought any blush lately? Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of blush, and I definitely owe you guys some sort of a recap video. And believe it or not, I've got 2 more new release blushes today from Glow Recipe and Tower 28. Today with me, Rebecca. I'm a fashion and beauty editor who's worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, writing for them, interviewing them, ghostwriting for them, and I bring not fit for print beauty right here to YouTube so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so here on YouTube. Okay, there's no doubt that we are all inundated with blush. Our drawers are full, and some of you will be like, no, don't you tempt me. I don't need another blush. And trust me, I understand it. I will say, however, that it's not the fault of these brands. It's maybe the fault of the industry flooding things. That we could discuss that. But Tower 28 and Glow Recipe have actually released 2 very good products, and I would like to talk about them and try them all on today. Okay, Glow Recipe has their new... let me just take a deep breath, get an oxygen tank before I say the name of this product. This is the Glow Recipe. Are you ready? Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush Brightening Serum Blush. Forget saying it 10 times fast. Say it once. Jeez. Okay, it is $25 and comes in 2 shades. I picked up the shade Watermelon Flush. We are going to take all of these outside into the, at this point, very warm California sunshine so you can see the colors. But this works on lips too. There is a doe foot. It has a really nice watermelon-y fresh scent like all Glow Recipe products do. But it has a big fat doe foot. A nice cooling sensation. They call this, I thought it was marketing speak, but in the demo I kind of am converted over to it. They call this a flush, not a blush. So it's really a great product. We're going to talk about this to be used on bare skin, especially if you're just wearing concealer or very light, maybe serum foundation. It's not a blush I would go for. A flush I would go for over like a really heavy foundation, but you do you. Certainly you could also do it under foundation. A lot of people like to wear blush and then put their foundation over, but it's very gentle, so it might get covered up. There are 2 shades though, and the other shade is a bit deeper, so it would work for that kind of underpainting or for the deeper skin tones. Beautiful scent, that watermelon-y scent. To me, that doesn't give me a headache, but it's up to you. And we are going to try it. I'm wearing it now on the lips. It's not really a lip product. I mean, let's be honest. But I'll show you it in the demo, and I put a little bit of it there. It's nice on the lips. I don't think it's ideal on the lips, but it's nice on the lips. $25, 2 shades, brand new from Glow Recipe. Tower 28 did a quickie release. They sent out some PR. That's what I have here, PR. And then this one comes, an official release in the month of March, so watch for it. It's already on Sephora for you to check out, and I'll link it so you can see. But this is the Tower 28 Getset Matte Powder Blush. This comes in, I think it's like 6 shades, 5 or 6 shades, 6 shades. And whereas the Glow Recipe is $25, the Tower 28 is $22, which is for Tower 28 a little bit pricey, but they really do keep their prices right in line. Generally, I think they're cream blushes, which I love from Tower 28. Love, just talked about those the other day in a video. The cream blushes are $20. This is $22. This is an interesting concept. March 21st, I actually have noted here, they go on sale at Sephora. They were on sale like overnight really quickly, but I do thank Tower 28 for sending these out to me. 6 shades, $22. The reason for the extra cost is probably costs are rising, but also this is kind of a hybrid product. It's really interesting. This is a blush, but it's also a setting powder. Not that you would put it around your nose or under your eyes. I mean, go ahead, but I think the real genius in this is it makes a very matte finish. I'm actually wearing the Samo Spritzer here. It makes a very matte finish that you could even apply highlighter over if you get enlarged pores or if you have oily skin. If, like me, you have normal skin or even dry skin, then it's just a really pretty matte blush. But if you do suffer from enlarged pores or oily skin or skin that gets oily as the day goes on, this might really just become your best friend. And Tower 28 was kind enough to send it to me in 3 shades. I have Feliz Fresco, Long Beach Iced Tea, which makes me excited because I live in Long Beach, and Samo Spritzer. And we're going to try all 3 of these on, but let me just show you them. It feels wrong because it does feel like a setting powder that you're using as a blush. So it feels like I shouldn't be doing this. I've gone totally rogue, as you know I tend to do anyway. You know. All right, let's take a look at all of these right now outside in the warm, very warm California sunshine. We have the Tower 28 Jet Set Matte Powder Blush in Feliz Fresco, Long Beach Iced Tea, and Samos Spritzer. And then we move over towards my wrist. There's the Glow Recipe in the Watermelon Flush that I got it in. But the Tower 28 comes in 3 other shades, and the Glow Recipe comes in 1 additional shade. Okay, I want to go now to what I call the face washing portion of this video, where I'm going to put on these products and wash my face and take them off and all of that. And then we'll, at the end, kind of discuss what I think the merits of these products are. I do know that we are inundated by blush, and some of you might not have room, but these are, I will tell you before we start, very good products. So at least give them a little look in case you'll be in the market at some point in the next millennium for new blush. All right, stay right there. I now think of these as my face washing videos. I have just done some of the Kosas color corrector. I've been enjoying that, as you probably know, and no foundation because I'm going to be washing my face a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush Brightening Serum Blush. And I'm going to, first of all, give it a little sniff, and then we'll put this here. This one is really kind of made to go with on a kind of a bare face, to be honest with you, right? It calls itself a flush, not a blush. I do have some concealer under it though, because of I need it, and it is not pulling that up or anything like that, but I do not have a full face of makeup on. I don't know if I'd feel right putting this over some sort of like a full coverage foundation. You could, and I'm happy to try it for you if someone requests it down below, but it's just not, I just don't really see that this product would work this way. This should just be a little kind of natural flush on a day that you're wearing either a serum foundation or a light foundation, or what I'm doing right now, just some concealer, and it should just give me a flush. It's kind of giving me a glowy look. I mean, glow is in the title, Glow Recipe, and in the title of the product, so we shouldn't be surprised, but it's giving a nice kind of highlighty look as well. And I'm gonna really overdo it here so you guys can really see what it looks like. I'm just taking this flat kabuki style brush. This is a Merit brush, you guys know I like those, and I'm just tapping it in. It is not enlarging pores, but it's definitely giving kind of a glowy look. And they also say that this one is good for the lips. I'll put it on my finger, because I know a lot of people don't like from the cheek to the lip. I guess my finger is doing the same thing, but really nice on the lips, actually. I worried that it would feel drying on the lips, but it's actually really nice. Not a lot of shade on the lip though, so I don't know if this would be my go-to as a lip product, but get a little more on there. Hey, but in a pinch, it's actually very pretty. Very glowy and very, very nice. Feels very spring. That's a very pretty product. Only in 2 shades, but this would work. It looks like this one that I have here, the Watermelon Flush, would be great from anywhere from light through medium. And as you get medium and medium deep, you'd probably want to go with the other shade. But what a pretty product. I think it's really natural. I see what they mean. I thought it was just a marketing ploy, but I see what they mean. A flush, not a blush. All right, now we've got some serious changes to go on here. So let me get this washed off, and then we had a look at 3 of our Tower 28 Getset Matte Powder Blushes. Stay right there. Okay, the face washing has just begun. Let's go ahead and start with Feliz Fresco. Happy freshness, right? Here in this pretty pink shade, which you already saw swatched. And I got a bunch of clean rougher brushes. This is a rougher number 4. This one packs a punch. So what I'm going to do, like I do with all of these blushes that are really bright, is I'm just going to get this off on the hand first because I don't want that much. We're going to do 1 overdone and 1 just natural like you would. So this is the way I would wear this for every day. On camera, that's probably not the best look. By the way, I left the Glow Recipe on my lips. It's not much, but something. Okay, let's go ahead and dip right in there and not really, let's do it. In other words, let's do it real bright. This is not an application suggestion. This is just so you can see the shade. It's going to get real bright. The other day I was at a nail salon and there was a woman actually wearing her blush like this. It was even worse than this. Not worse. That's the wrong word. It was even more dramatic than this. And at first I was like, that's quite shocking. And then I went, you know what? I love it. I don't know if I would have the guts to do this outside. She did, and good for her. She was happy and she was enjoying her blush. So why the heck not? And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I mean it. Why not? We buy this makeup. If putting it on overdone like this, I always say this isn't a tutorial. This isn't a tutorial, but that's how she was wearing it. And she was very happy, getting her nails done, enjoying her makeup. Why not? So here it is as an ode to that lovely woman, overdone for you to be able to see the color. And here is the way I, albeit I'm a chicken, would probably wear it. So there's two different views of Feliz Fresco. And we have two more shades with a clean brush coming right. Time for Long Beach Iced Tea. Long Beach is where I live. So this is going to have to live up to my expectations here with a Refer number 18 brush. This one is a lot more subtle. So I'll still tap off a little bit just to do the subtle side so we can see what it does. A lot of powder on this one, but this is supposedly a setting powder. So, and it feels like that. I've never applied a setting powder this heavily though. So it's hard to gauge, but it is very pretty. And it does absolutely mattify the skin as you're applying it. This shade is, reminds me of some shades I've seen from MAC that are very subtle indeed. And this is the subtle side. Oh, this little brush wants to shed. Okay. The subtle side. And I think I'm going to have a little bit of trouble over applying it. But I want you to really see the shade, and my skin tone isn't helping with that because it kind of, my skin kind of eats it up in terms of the shade. But this is really pretty, and I got to tell you, it mattifies. There it is, overdone. Hard to overdo the shade. Really pretty neutral shade. This is really neutral, making it a little bit deeper on this side. So here's kind of how I would wear it out. Here's overdone for coverage. And the one thing I want to say about this product is it's really mattifying in the stripe I used it. Now it doesn't look silly. I don't want you to think that you're going to have to put it everywhere in order, but if you get that on your cheeks, or if during the day you feel like you're getting pores that are looking enlarged, this will really cover it up. I mean, it's really mattified that area. Now, I don't have skin that needs to be mattified. I have pretty normal skin, so I won't need it, but it's still a very pretty blush. But if you actually need it because of the way that your skin reacts, or if it gets kind of oily as the day goes on, I think this will be your best friend. And if not, it's just a very pretty blush. It makes it a very soft feeling. I think of the Too Faced Cloud blush and a few others that we have all kind of seen. But that's really pretty. All right, we got one more shade called Samo or Samo Spritzer. So that's a pretty one. That's coming up in one. I may just be a little bit niche with my reference here. I don't know if it's Samo or Samo because I also think about Jean-Paul Basquiat, the artist who had a kind of a graffiti career before his art career took off, and he would sign his paintings S-A-M-O, or the murals that he did, the graffiti art, and it was, so I don't know, Samo. I get confused. Okay, so let's go with Samo. Let's go with Samo Spritzer. If you're not an art fan, don't worry about it. It's not important. Just the way my mind works. Okay, here we are in a kind of light application. It really does feel like I'm applying a setting powder heavily. So it's an interesting, you feel like it feels almost wrong. That's how I would wear it for everyday wear. Let's really overdo it on this side just so that you can see the shade. Or, like I said earlier, overdo it and wear it and enjoy it. Why not? Life's too short. Life's too short not to wear a blush proudly. So this is way overdone and poorly applied at that. But that gives you a little better idea of what the shade looks like on light, medium, neutral skin. And here is how I would actually wear it out of the house and will wear it out of the house. That might be my favorite shade, but I got to tell you, that Long Beach Iced Tea is pretty damn cool. The one I just did before this, that neutral. But these are really interesting. It definitely mattifies. It's really pretty. I think they got a hit on their hands, Tower 28. Little tiny hard-working brand with really affordable in today's market, that is, prices. I think it's really pretty. You know, we're all blushed out. My final thoughts are we all have way too many blushes. And these late release blushes aren't going to be doing themselves any favors simply because our drawers are so full, you know. But I do have to tell you, if you'd like a little treat, a little pick-me-up, and you love blushes like I do, you're not going to go wrong with either of these products. This is really a beautiful one just to put on your face when you're on the day when you're wearing very little, if not no makeup, just concealer. It really is a flush, not a blush. Thought it was marketing speak, but I'm kind of agreeing with them. And it's not bad on the lips. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do. And these are what they say. They're a very mattifying blush. If you have oil skin, this will be your best friend. Oily skin, it'll be your best friend. Or if you feel that maybe you have a lot, maybe your highlighter causes enlarged pores, you could put the highlighter over this, and this would make a nice almost base for a highlighter so that your pores don't get out of control. It's a problem a lot of us face. So thumbs up for all of these. I know we're blushed out, but that's not necessarily Glow Recipe and Tower 28's fault that we're all blushed out. It's kind of the industry's fault. In terms of blushes, though, in terms of my review for these blushes, I think they're fairly well priced and they're very, very good. And that, whether or not you have too many blushes, I can't say. You know what I mean? All right, check below for information on how to purchase these. Where I can, I'll put it up here in YouTube shopping. Also, check me out on Facebook. Join our membership here on YouTube for weekly lives. Give super thanks. Check me out on TikTok, Instagram. You know the drill. Make sure you share and like, and please subscribe as it helps me grow my channel. So many new things coming up. We've got Laura Mercier bronzer. We've got Estee Lauder concealer. We've got Guerlain skincare. Oh yeah. Givenchy foundation. I've got Lawless foundation, Mob lipstick. New releases like Crazy Ribbon blush, more blush, lots of stuff. Stick around. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.